Good morning. I know, early morning voice. It's just after 8. Um, got up, had my personal reflection time. I've had a shower and downstairs getting ready for the day. We'll take you along with us. I don't think Lisa is up yet, or if she's up, she might be in the shower. We've got in mind today, we really wanted to show you um, a little bit of our cooking, maybe dinner. I'm going to bake definitely this morning something maybe for lunch later. And ooh, mommy's cooking, mommy's chicken, the way she did it, the way we enjoyed it as kids. I'll show you that. But can I just say thank you so much to all of you who are subscribed, who are commenting on our vlog, and who are sharing, most importantly, because we really want to grow and we really want to improve our skills on editing. So we really, really, really appreciate your efforts. Um, so come along with us today. We might try some table decorations and later on the week, modeling. Ooh. Hi, family. I know Jo has said her good morning to you already. This is Lisa, but I just wanted to come on to, I don't know if we've said it before, but the 22nd of December is our birthday. And usually when it's your birthday, you get gifts from everybody. Well, this year we don't want any. This year we want to give 12 people in the UK and some from Jamaica, the US, and elsewhere as well. We want to give the gifts to them this year. So we're going to go on the road this morning to try to find some suitable gifts that we know will be loved by you all. So see you later. We'll take you along on the ride as well. Now we're going to share with you what you need to make cinnamon rolls. You'll need strong bread flour. You'll also need some milk. We're using whole milk. You need butter or margarine will do as well. You will need eggs. Well, in this case, 1 egg. You will need some brown sugar and some yeast. We're using Allinson's yeast. Brown sugar. You will also need some cinnamon. It goes with the name cinnamon rolls, so you will need some cinnamon. You will need, these are the equipment that you'll need now. So measuring cups and spoons. You'll need a large bowl. You will need baking trays or pans to put your cinnamon rolls in before they go into the oven. And you will need a measuring jug that you can see through. You will also need a rolling pin. You will need a wooden spoon and a saucepan. So in the pan, I've just heated the milk, remove from the heat, add sugar, salt, quarter cup of margarine. In this large bowl now, we're going to be adding warm water. Then the yeast is added to this mixture. Then mix those two together so that they're combined. And then add a whole egg. So Joe is going to break the egg and add the whole egg to the mixture. Now we've combined these two mixtures, so what was in the saucepan is now combined with what is in the large bowl. So now it's time to add the strong bread flour to the mixture, and this is what is the body really of the cinnamon rolls. So now we stir in the flour into the combined egg, sugar, milk, yeast mixture, and then mix it together well. If you'd like to try this recipe, which will be on joleisa.com, by the way, you can use regular flour, plain flour, if you don't have strong bread flour. Strong bread flour has more gluten in it, which will stretch more. The protein is the gluten, and it will make the dough stretch more, which is what you really want. But it will still make lovely cinnamon rolls with plain flour. Continue mixing until it is well combined, and then add the rest of your flour, of this flour. Continue mixing until it's all come together really nicely into a soft dough. It will still be a little bit sticky, but that's absolutely fine. You'll pour it out onto a floured surface and just knead lightly. It's not any hard kneading at all, but it's well worth it, even the kneading. That's your exercise for the day. But combine all this wet mixture, and I'll show you in a bit. It will turn out to a nice soft dough. So here, just flour the surface lightly. Pour the mixture out. Try to get as much out of the bowl as possible and off your wooden spoon as well. And you're going to lightly knead. Just make sure your hands are floured as well. So put some flour on your hands, and you're kneading with the palm of your hands. I generally say your fingertips are colder, so use more the palm of your hands so that it's warm and it keeps the yeast warm as well. And knead. I actually did the kneading for about 4 minutes. In fact, I timed it and it was exactly 4 minutes of kneading. So it's not hard and it's not long either. After this kneading stage, you're going to oil the bowl, the same bowl that you used. Just put a little oil or a little butter or margarine inside the bowl. Just grease it, just so that when you put your dough in, it doesn't stick to the bowl. You don't have to wash the bowl either. With the bowl as it is, with the mixture that was in it, that's absolutely fine. A little oil or a little margarine. You'll see that my dough is nice and stretchy, and it's fine and ready. So I'm making condensed milk. We use it, we've tried to cut down on our use, so we don't use it as much as we usually do. But at Christmas time, we like to make our own ice cream. This year we want to make a nice vanilla ice cream with all natural ingredients. So this is easy to make, quite easy to make, because condensed milk in the shops is just too expensive. And you don't know what's added. Right, I don't want any additives in ours. So all we're using, no preservative at all we're using is milk and sugar. So that's it. Milk, whole milk, and then sugar. Could you use any other milk? Yes, in fact, you could use coconut milk to make dairy-free condensed coconut milk. All right, what's this step? How long does it take? What do we need? Right, so you need 2 cups of milk and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And you add those 2 together, put the flame on, low to medium, and then just stir occasionally, because you don't want it to bubble over. And you don't want it to burn either, so just every now and again stir. How will you know when it's done? When it's halfway, a little less than halfway the volume that you put in originally, and then leave it to cool. It will start to thicken up on its own. Some people add a little baking soda to help it to thicken, and some people add cornstarch as well. But I'm going to try today to see if we can do without adding those and just have real plain condensed milk, to which I'm going to add a little vanilla. In fact, I found this. So this is the vanilla we usually use. Okay, Mackless vanilla. But in the shops this past weekend, I found this one which says, same Mackless, vanilla plus. And it has porridge, pastry, drinks, etc. Yeah, and it has vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Wow. So that should be really tasty. So that's what I'm going to add to mine today. So today we're doing mommy style brown stew chicken for dinner. That's what we're going to have for dinner today. This is how mommy would normally do it. And these are some of the things that she would add to the seasoning mix that's in the bowl that she... The marinade, right, that she seasoned the chicken in. So there'd be tomatoes of various types. There'd be sweet peppers or bell peppers. And of course there'll be thyme. We're using dried thyme, but in Jamaica we'd use from our garden or from the market. Fresh ones from the market. So cut the tomatoes into smaller bits. Cut the peppers as well into smaller bits. We'd cut the thyme into smaller. All this while the chicken is sort of frying. Yes. So whilst the chicken is frying, we cut these up, put them back into the bowl that the chicken was being marinated in. And this is going to be part of the sauce. And of course these are usually added as well. We usually have because it's brown stew chicken, you use some browning, which lots of Jamaican families would make their own. Scotch bonnet pepper is a must, and tomato ketchup. So those three things you add to the other ingredients I spoke about already in the same bowl that the chicken was being marinated in. Then add some water to this same mixture, and then once that is swizzled around, it will start to smell so good, and then you pour it onto the chicken that is fried. Now if you had fried a whole chicken cut up into bits, into parts, then you'd fry half of it or so first, then remove those, then fry the other half. But today we did only half of a chicken, so we did it only once. We didn't need to pour anything out. So once the chicken is fried, we took it out of the pan so that we could pour some of the oil out. We don't want to use all that oil in the sauce. So turn your chicken over once it's halfway through. Remove them from the pan, like I've said, when they're all fried, and then pour some of the oil out. And then you're ready to add your marinade that will make your thick, juicy sauce for the chicken. After the sauce is in, then you turn your flame to medium. Give it a good stir. Cook it in the sauce for about 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, give it another good stir and simmer it now on low heat for another 5 or so minutes, and your chicken will be done. And it is so delicious. It is really nice and juicy. Now if you don't get real Scotch bonnet, you can buy this Scotch bonnet sauce which we found, which is really good. It's Spur Tree is the brand, but it's the next best thing to real Scotch bonnet. So Scotch bonnet pepper is what Jamaicans really love. Now back to my cinnamon rolls. Notice they're doubled in size. Remember this small mixture that was placed in that bowl? Now we have double that amount. So I'm going to flour the surface. Again, I'm going to just flatten the dough. And then all I'll need to do is to knead it. I'm sorry, not knead. All I'm going to do is to roll it out. You don't want it paper thin. You want a little height on it, but even if you roll it too thin, nothing to worry about because it's all going to rise again when you put it for the second proving. That's after you shape the cinnamon rolls. So just flour the surface. Make sure you've got some on your hands, on the rolling pin, and then just roll. No hard work either. You want to roll to a rectangular shape, and on top of your rectangle is where you're going to put your margarine or butter, your cinnamon, and also your sugar. You'll then roll up and cut. I have a trick to tell you for cutting your cinnamon rolls. Does it seem like hard work? Not at all. To me, cinnamon rolls are worth the effort. It's the time really, but it's worth it. Okay, Joe, stop rolling. Stop now. Okay, that's enough. You've got it. Right. Now here comes, is it sugar? No, some margarine or butter first. Just spread it onto the dough. Okay, not all of us like raisins, some of us don't. So if you notice, I'm only putting the raisins towards the middle of this roll. So only those people who get piece of the cinnamon rolls from the middle bit will have raisins in theirs, the others won't. That's a good idea, I think, for sharing. Sharing is caring, and making sure that those who don't want raisins don't actually get raisins. So here's my trick for cutting the cinnamon rolls. Do you see that string? It's actually dental floss. You can use dental floss, or you can even use a piece of thread or string, because if you cut it with a knife, you tend to flatten the pieces, and you don't want them flattened. You want them nice and firm and high and properly shaped as well. So just use a piece of string or dental floss. Just slip it under where they meet at the top. Just pull it, and that cuts them into the sizes that you want. Place them on your baking tray, but make sure to leave a little space in between each one, because guess what? You see later on they're actually going to rise again. They're going to spread and touch each other, and you won't believe how many I got out of this 3 cups of flour. So here are the cinnamon rolls. They're ready for their second proving, and whilst they're being proved, we're going to be hitting the road. Hi, Vlogmas Day 6. We're driving out now to, like I said, we're going to be looking for some gifts that we can give to our subscribers. So you must subscribe to be in with a chance of winning one. So there will be 12, because the 12th month is when our birthday is. So it's the 22nd of December, and we are going to be giving the gifts. So we're going to search for those now, and we're also going to be doing our little bit of good for today. Deed. So we're going to be taking some of our Sunday dinner to a very good friend that we've got. So shall we take you along for the ride? Yeah. Let's do it. Drive, but I also want to say I'm on the lookout for our Christmas PJs for this year.
Yes.
We've seen lots that we like. We don't want red. We've done that. We don't want plaid. We've done that. So we're looking for...
We are mostly blue. We don't want
no.
either.
So something unusual, but something nice, and something that's unisex.
We can find the sizes for all of us as well.
Yeah, that's been a problem. They might have our size, but not the kids, or their size and not ours. Let me show you outside, but it's not very cold. Just turn around this. Oh. We are going on a winter holiday. Not. Last year this time?
Yeah, last year this time
we're getting ready. Not in yet. We're getting ready for
Marrakesh, Morocco.
Yeah.
So Morocco. It was a lovely Christmas holiday that we had. And who would have thought that this year
nothing like that is possible?
Nothing like that possible. I wouldn't dare. I know some people are going on holiday, but I wouldn't dare go on holiday now. So home is where the heart is and where the family is. So
and fun together. And food and fellowship and faith.
Right. So we stay home this year and still have a wonderful Christmas. In fact, last year I think for most of us the thing that we didn't like about the holiday the most was the food. I know, don't cuss us out. I know some people love Moroccan food, but it wasn't up our street at all.
Yeah, I got a lot of eggplant, what they call aubergine. Some people call aubergine eggplant. I wasn't really used to cooking with it much, but I did try it a lot in Morocco and I loved it. That was my best thing. I didn't like the tagine much. I didn't like the couscous.
Yeah, a lot of couscous.
They call it tabouleh. That salad with couscous. I didn't really like it. There were some pancake things that I loved. They served it every morning.
The oranges were amazing. I don't know, sometimes for breakfast I just had a couple oranges because they were so good. They just had such immense flavor.
Yeah, it was really good. Intense flavor.
Yeah. Right, so here's part of our journey on to that shopping center.
Social distancing, of course. We have more masks, and we've got lots of gels, sanitizer. We're going to stay apart from people. Yeah, in fact, the store is compact. We're not going in yet. And we're not inviting this lady that was going to take the food for. We usually go into her house and say a nice prayer and fellowship and have social capital for her. No, we're just going to leave it by her door, and she's going to open the door and pick it up, and we're going to say hi and bye. At a distance. Yeah. But she doesn't lie. It's something that we do every now and again. But today, we did. In fact, we spoke to her today. We haven't told her that we're going to cook her. It's a surprise. So she will be so happy. She's an elderly lady and she's a very good cook. Yeah, but she doesn't get a lot these days because she's not so strong anymore and can't bear standing up for too long. Helping others or just doing things that make me feel good. Yeah, and I often think of my mother as well, and I think if she were old and not able to cook, I'd want to cook as somebody. Yeah, to make sure that we're not able to. Yeah. Because right now, I'm mom, hi mommy! I'm a highly star. Something on soy, and then the fires just started to come. Look at this snow! For me, it was the end of a school day, just as school was dismissed. And I started walking out of my car, it started snowing. I was laughing because it just felt funny dropping out my skin, so I was in giggles. Snow! That was my first experience of snow. But I like that it gives this magical effect. Yes, I like the look of it. To be perfectly honest, I don't like being out in the snow. I especially don't like to be at school in the snow because the kids have it as a great big joy to throw it at each other, and if you're passing, you might just get some of it. And some very naughty kids used to put stones or pebbles in with the snow and chuck it at others, and that's not nice. So I like when it's Christmas, everybody's home, you're indoors, you're cozy, comfortable, warm, and then you look out your window and it's snow. I like that. Don't like to be in it. I especially as well don't like the mess that it...
This road work has been going on for absolute ages. I mean, I think from last November or before. Yeah.
Yep.
It started.
It was like all of last year.
Yeah.
Still. But anyway, hopefully
Hopefully it will look so good when it's done.
Good things will come as a result. Okay, so we've just done our drop off and now we're off to get what we need in the shops.
Right.
Alright, come along with us again. Seatbelt on. Drive carefully. Go with us, Jesus. Keep us safe. Right, some hand gel. Go before us, Lord, go before us, and do thy work thyself. Go before us, Lord, go before us, and do thy work thyself. That's it.
Oh, there's a queue to go into that one. There's a queue to go into that one as well.
Join a queue. Join the shorter one. Oh my gosh. Has it gone round the corner? I'm not sure. Go around there and see, and then we come back this way. Well, maybe it's better we try online. Might not be able to do a family jumper this year. Or we can be creative.
It has gone round to the corner.
So we're not going in there. No way. Not worth it. We might have to get the gifts online. The gifts we can get online. Just that we like to
choose them, you know, put a personal touch to them. Nice.
Actually them. Seeing it, touching it, and so on.
Let me see if that one. I can't see any queue to the home.
Bargains if you need anything.
That one have a long queue. Okay. What's at the end? The food. We don't need any food. Definitely not going into a crowded shop today. My life is too precious. And I want to see my kids grow up and become
to protect other people as well. Right. If it's not necessary, we don't want to be out there. If it's going to, you know, put us or people at risk. Try this one if it's full as well. Get a drink at Mackie. Come back home. Oh, here's somebody. He has a drink and the lady just gave him one. There's no queue at this one. You think they might have? No, so we might be able to go into that one.
So this was in the one shop that we got a chance to go into. There wasn't much. There was a lot, but nothing that we could choose as the gifts that we wanted to give to our subscribers. But it was good to have a look. And we were also able to pick up a few other things that we have wanted for so long. Like we wanted a gravy boat that we couldn't find for ages. Well, we were able to find it today. So at least it was okay that we went out. We didn't want to go into any crowded shops. This is a lovely store, but it wasn't crowded. So we made the decision to go into this one. They had some really nice things in here. I like these scented candles, but I'm going to show you how to get them.
Diffuse it. This would make a lovely gift. London salt and pepper shakers. Oh, this is cute.
the post box and the telephone box. Oh, that's so cute. Shall we get that? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we're out of the store. We didn't get the PJs. That's a little bit of a disappointment,
Yeah.
but we're going to try the online route. Or we might just have to be creative this year, and you'll see what we mean by creative. If we can get some that fit the kids, but not us, it's less to make 2 rather than to make 3.
Okay.
So if we get something similar and then we do ours,
Take your
might
mask
be-
off.
yeah, that might be the plan. Put my seatbelt on.
Right, so what are we going to do now? Home?
Yeah. Finish up my baking. I really fancy a drink, a nice drink from McDonald's, not a hot one. Okay. So let's see. Maybe a milkshake. Oh my word, I can't believe. Look at this. We've just come back in and my cinnamon rolls have grown. They've proved. So we've just put the oven on. I'm going to get them in and I'll show you what they look like when they're finished. All they'll need after that is really just a little bit of sugar and water mixed together, and then just brush the top while they're still hot. If you have icing sugar, you can dust some on the top as well. But these look amazing. Ooh la la. Oh my gosh, girl, these look really good. Brush, why don't you brush it on? Oh, okay. This looks so good. Easy to make. Just the time it takes. It does take time. But if you're doing things, you can set the yeast mixture to do its thing to prove while you get on with your day. One good thing too, Christmassy, is to, when you make a batch, set aside some. Yeah, like this lot we could have put in here. Oh, there's a timer, but it's just ready out. It's done before time. Yeah, you could put some aside in the freezer. It freezes really well before you bake it. Thank you so much for watching our videos so far.